And joining us are two very special guests, Ambassador Ashok Sajjanhar and Professor Ajay Kumar Dubey. Ambassador Sajjanhar is a former Indian envoy to Kazakhstan, Sweden and Latvia. And Professor Dubey teaches at the Jawaharlal Nehru University in New Delhi. Gentlemen, welcome to this special broadcast. Good to have you join this discussion. Let's get in opening comments from both of you. Ambassador Sajjanhar, to you first. Why don't I begin by asking you to give our viewers an overview of India's ties with the Caribbean in general and Trinidad and Tobago in particular.
Yes, thank you very much, Ramesh, for having me.
Welcome.
You're very right. India's ties with the Caribbean are very special. It is not a coincidence that Prime Minister Modi was here in this region just 8 months ago. He visited Guyana for the second India-CARICOM summit. And the fact that the second summit took place soon after, the India-CARICOM summit was launched is also an indication of the attention that India is paying to this region. I feel ever since Prime Minister Modi came to power in 2014, there has been a definite attempt to reach out far and wide to even smaller countries and groups of smaller countries. So it is in that context that Prime Minister Modi is here. Of course, Trinidad and Tobago, as your correspondent who is in Port of Spain at the moment, he has mentioned, is a very unique, it's a very special relationship because more than 40% of the residents or the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, they come from, they owe their origins to India. This is a very historical time, a historical moment 180 years ago. That is in 1845, the first Indian indentured labor had arrived in Trinidad and Tobago. And as we would have it, both the president and the prime minister of the country, they are both of Indian descent, both of Indian origin. People of Indian origin have done extremely well for themselves in diverse fields. We can see that in the area of politics, but also in the area of business, academia, entrepreneurship, professions. They have done exceedingly well and highly respected. So the visit by the Prime Minister coming here since after 1999, that is more than a quarter of a century, I think that's a very significant event, take our ties to a higher level. And of course, today there is much uncertainty in the world, but there are many challenges and opportunities in the world. So I think Prime Minister Modi's visit and his interactions with the leadership, with the Prime Minister and the President, as also with others, will provide a good, strong impetus to the bilateral ties. Lastly, Prime Minister Modi is going to address the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, and this will give an opportunity to, for him to tell the people as to what has happened in India over the last 10 years, where does India stand, and how can the partnership be taken forward. This is also an indication of the high respect in which both India and Prime Minister Modi are held by the people and leadership of Trinidad and Tobago.
Indeed. Before we get into specifics, Professor Dubey, would you like to tell our viewers about why the Caribbean matters, why Trinidad and Tobago matters?
Yes, I think the presence of Indian diaspora in such large number in so many countries, in Trinidad and Tobago, where they are around 44%, in Guyana, where you have substantial, almost around 50%. We have also Jamaica, where we have substantial number. In all these places, the presence of people of Indian origin in such a large number makes them a very easy connect for us. The second thing is that this diaspora is also located not vis-a-vis some host or son of the soil. The other community who are here, they are also a diaspora. They are diaspora from African countries. So it's the two sets of community especially, and the third one which has emerged out of them, the Creole community who are members there. why it is important for India, because despite presence of such a substantial number of people of Indian origin, our access and our approach to Indian diaspora in Caribbean was not as much as it was required during Congress period, because of the distance and because of the policy of active dissociation that Congress party under Nehru followed. But since BJP came to power, Prime Minister Bajpayee came to power, Indian diaspora became an asset for India to connect. And therefore, diaspora served as a social capital in international relations, as a catalyst to promote bilateral relations, catalyst to promote regional relations, and therefore strengthening that ties, utilizing that assets, and reaching out to people of Indian origin who are very, very keen to link with India, because they have preserved their Indian culture far more than what they say they have preserved, what they say India has preserved so far.
Right.
It is important that we have reached out. Prime Minister Modi visit second time in the region with a gap of 8 months is very important to give that message that we are now going to connect strongly with the region and people over there.